Hello, let's just start.
So who is everything and doing the public? Actually,
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the webinar on powerful decision making with Power BI. So we would be starting in just a minute. Before that, if any one of you is experiencing any connectivity problem or is finding it difficult to listen to what we are saying, please just indicate. We would try and make some adjustments with things here. So another minute and we would start. Okay, so here we are. We have quite an attendance here today. Welcome everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This webinar we are focusing on how to make powerful decision making, how to make powerful decisions with BI. And again, welcoming everybody. We would start right in, and let me introduce my co-presenter Swati,
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
and of course I am Manish. Going on, let's very quickly look at some of the ground rules here. We are planning a presentation of around 30 minutes, and which will be followed by questions and answers. And please make sure that you are either on mute or so that we do not get any background disturbance there. At the same time, if there's anything that you want us to put attention on an immediate basis, please feel free to ping via IM. Of course, a link to the recording would be sent just after the webinar. The There is a special offer for everyone. We would be sharing a short survey just after the webinar, and whoever who fills up the survey would be entitled to a free 2-hour workshop and a briefing on Power BI for your business. So that is about how specifically in context of your business you can use Power BI, what your approach and strategy could be. At the same time, for all attendees, we have an exclusive discount for Advaya BI solutions valid for coming 6 weeks. So that's about the webinar, the simple ground rules, and and let's look at what we are going to cover today. We would be talking about, of course, about Power BI briefly, but then we would be talking about the characteristics of decision making which are relevant and which can be helped with proper application of BI. And that's how we would be following through our discussion, and we would be focusing on these three aspects: being informed, building insights, and making an impact, which we believe to be important aspects of powerful decision making. Uh, Very quickly about Advaya, many of you have been associated with us in many ways, and you know that we have been in business for more than 10 years now, helping companies with various aspects of technology, whether it is relating to productivity, collaboration, project management, applications, and about business intelligence and data. We are Microsoft Gold partners. We have numerous competencies. We have a very able set of people, highly talented technologists, consultants, designers who help you with making technology work. And that's what is our mission.
Okay, so let's quickly talk about Microsoft Power BI, which we would be using today to show relevant BI capabilities. So Power BI is a cloud-based business analytics service that enables anyone to visualize and analyze data with greater speed, efficiency, and understanding. So Power BI enables connecting to broad range of data sources and offers easy to use dashboards, interactive reports, and compelling visualizations that bring data to life. And it offers new connectors and content packs which are being added every week, so it's scaling every day. It is also self-service enabled.
Okay, so self-service essentially means that the dependency on Power BI developer goes down, right?
Yeah, that's right. And we'll talk about this with demo in few minutes. So with self-service, Power BI is for all device and provides seamless user experience. Using embedded BI, you can also embed your applications to maintain consistency of your dashboards and reports within your organization so that everyone is familiar and you are not introducing any new interface for them.
Great. Great. So, being in business, as we all know, is being in the business of decision making. Right decisions made at the right time and implemented in the right manner make all the difference. But then, this surely has become difficult. Things change very quickly. We are far more connected, and we need to act much faster while grappling with far more complexity.
Yeah, so decision making has been changed variedly in recent years. Now it needs to be more real time with an understanding of changes that are likely to occur in the future. At the same time, the changes are occurring very fast and are hard to analyze what future they may predict. So therefore, an impactful decision needs a thorough understanding of available data as well as understanding of which variable are most likely to impact the trend in future. The decisions are also not limited to limited roles in the organization. At all levels, everyone need to make decision and be accountable and confident. And if organizations can enable most of its employees with right tools, chances are that they will get it right.
So coming to our theme of powerful decision making. Now, of course, it's a play on words when we talk about powerful decision making. But then let's think about that in a bit of a detail. When we talk about decision making, which is powerful, we have to think about how we can make decisions in a way which is informed, where we are informed, where our decision making is informed decision making. We are making those decisions based on insights that we can be confident about. And at the same time, the decisions that we make, they are impactful. they translate into action and execution. So if you kind of try to summarize that, this decisiveness, it comes from being informed, insightful, and impactful. The confidence that arises from comprehensive information, deep understanding, and ability to implement leads to results, and that's powerful.
Yeah, I can see how this can happen from a tooling perspective. Employees may have access to data from all relevant sources in a way that makes sense to them in their context, and that has to be anytime, anywhere.
At the same time, one must be able to understand and analyze all that information well.
Absolutely. And at the same place, one should be able to visualize as relevant to the business model, identify patterns, and work out scenarios.
And ultimately make it work.
Yeah, technology should make it easy to take actions, involve people, and align teams. The power of BI lies in ability to make this happen. The key concern of many organizations is that the data lies in multiple places. Bringing them together, normalize them may lead to over complexity. Sometimes data are in files, CRM, Oracle, some data warehouses, or anywhere. And in fact, with growing consumerization of technology and ease of sharing, many a times data also lives in document on cloud or device folders. So as I said, data can be in any form, anywhere. Most of the data forms are supported by Power BI, so you should not worry about your data source that it is Microsoft, non-Microsoft, cloud, or on-premise. Few, or it is even if it is few offline files in JSON or CSV or XML format.
Or maybe in Excel.
Yeah.
Okay. But then at the same time, all this complexity of various kinds of data and various data sources, that complexity must not bog down the decision maker. Uh, one should be able to interact with all this data in a way where a simple model is presented and the data can be queried or interacted with.
Yeah, Power BI allows models to be published and to be used across the organization. So let's see how.
So let's look at this particular.
Just a second.
So I believe we have problems with the screen sharing here. You're not able to see the slides, I believe. Just a second. Let's look at it in a moment. We're just opening up a dashboard to look at, and where we can actually see how various data sources can be brought together and to create a view which is really impactful and allows for a decision making. So we would quickly look at corporate dashboard where we are bringing in data from multiple sources.
So here, decision making requires using so as the decision making requires using diverse data sources like departmental data sources comes from application, financial data is brought from accounting system, project and manpower data is from other system. From all data sources, a data model is created which leverages the information which should be leveraged. Then analytics is used to show this diverse information in one place. The data model is then available for self-service as well. So let's see how. So if I can go to this particular report and I just click edit report, and here say this is like budget versus actual, and say it is showing me like which data particular data set this visual is using, and I don't want to use the actual and instead I want to use the forecast. So it quickly enables me to have the to change the visual, to change my data set on the fly.
Okay, so that's great. So that means that a model once published, uh, which is which is built from multiple data sources, that can enable self-service in a way which really powers decision making. And as you can see here, we can really look at what is the kind of manpower that is available, and based on, and we as it was there in the dashboard that we were looking at the situation about the bids which are open. One can really one can really take a decision about what kind of manpower availability is there and what kind of investment that needs to be there. So having all of those perspectives, all of those business perspectives in one view, in one model makes that possible. One can look at what kind of opportunities are there, and based on that what kind of availability of resources is there, and take a decision about investing into right resources.
Exactly. So, let's take another example of the diverse data set again, where we can talk about the restaurant data. So, in case of a restaurant dashboard,
So
where information keeps getting updated rapidly from live APIs or point of sales, diverse point of sales of restaurants. As a restaurant group owner, you should be looking upon, you would be interested to know how each of the restaurant is acting on the guest count, number of guests coming in, or on the sales, how each restaurant is performing.
So as you can say, it gives a very comprehensive view of the operations across the group. And that's another example of how data from multiple sources, different locations, different point of sale services and everything, they get combined. So it really gives a view into what's going on. At the same time, if you look at it in a little bit of detail, where as you can see, it's the data is there about different products or different items on the menu, and how are those different items faring across the day, and that allows for very powerful decisions about what should be the offer, what should be the menu mix, what should be menu mix by location, by time of the day, by day of the week, and so on.
Yeah, so by day parts and by all types, you can look upon the data and can analyze it further.
So, leveraging Power BI or any BI platform as a hub to multiple data sources is the first step towards making powerful decisions. But then best business decisions come from deep understanding with insights about what that data actually says. Companies that are able to make best use of data and analytics, they tend to create more value compared to companies that do not. And that really stems from a good understanding and insight into the information about how business is operating. And then, right visualization with relevance to what's important for the business makes that data alive.
Yeah. So on the set of diverse data, using BI tools, the relevant analytics can be applied to spot the light on correct point or empower the decision making. With the features like what if analysis, bookmarking the scenarios, natural language query, and drill down enabled dashboards, Power BI enables insightful decision making. So the data must tell the story. Let's see by an example. So for example, in a yeah. So for example, let's talk about the financial performance analysis dashboard. And where the information is available at a glance to see the revenue over the months. You can see in which month highest revenue was secured. From the services visual, you may see the total amount of revenue each service has secured, and hence you get several information at a glance and on few clicks instead navigating through different reports or data sheets.
So the other aspect here is one can actually look at individual aspects and study the composition in detail. So the availability of this interaction with data allows that deeper understanding of what's going on. Here, as you can see, we are trying to look at discounts across various services, and also in terms of what that discount has relevance over various months. We can actually look at not just revenue but also discounts that have been provided, and if we compare those, we can actually see a good relationship between revenues and discounts, and that enables us to make a good decision about how discounting can be used to improve revenues across different time periods. So you can actually look at it by month also in terms of how discounts, the impact of discounts have been there on the revenue across the months, and that kind of view allows us to take good revenue decisions.
Yeah. So another example which we can take about is another example which we can take about being for the insightful is the profit margin analysis report. So in this sheet, this could include multiple product categories, different margins and discounts. So these all are, for each product, these are kept different. So if we select a different category, then you can see if I change these margins or discounts, so you can see the changes or the impact on the entire business model. So one can identify, like one can easily understand how providing being on particular margin, providing certain discounts and on targeted profit, what is the real impact on my business. And using this, this all can be used. These all can be enhanced by saving the particular scenarios. So we can save a particular scenario and can use them for our later preferences.
And much of this data, the underlying data is the actual data coming from your data sources. So that is actually, it's the relevance to the business is very much there. So the actual business data combined with the business modeling tools allows one to play with the various variables and get a deep insight, deep understanding of how the business is operating, giving the confidence about making decisions very quickly and in a very valuable fashion as business scenarios change and as the decision making requires the managers or the executives or the employees to react to that quickly with fast decision making.
Exactly. So the third is being impactful.
Uh, Primarily, BI should be able to drive change towards organizational goals. The one of the important part about decision making is in a modern organization is that one has to involve multiple people, and those multiple people could be at various locations, various geographies, at various roles, but the involvement of multiple people in the entire process of decision making, in the entire process of understanding the data, analyzing the information, allows for the right kind of buy-in, right kind of involvement, and right kind of understanding. And that's very powerful as we try and drive change across the organization.
Yeah. So Power BI allows people to collaborate and share the information seamlessly. You can be connected to your data, that is business information, with native apps on your phone or tablet. You may annotate on particular tile and share your inputs on specific information. Using the power of data refresh, you may schedule certain frequencies when your data model or data set should get refreshed, so that all users with whom dashboards or reports are shared get the latest data. And the beauty is everyone is looking into same information. At same time, leveraging row level permissions, you can always ensure that information is shared with relevant roles without compromising on data security.
The executing on the strategy requires coordinated actions on the decisions made, and those coordinated actions really comes when the goals can be communicated across the organization in an actionable way, where individuals across the organization can actually understand how their work relate to the goals of the organization, how they aggregate up to the organizational goals, and then they can actually work through, track their progress across those goals. So scorecards, whether it is at the level of departments, teams, managers, or individuals, they are also a great way of aligning action towards the business strategy. They are a great tool to make sure that the decisions made actually make an impact. So,
Yeah. So let's talk about a scorecard here. So here in this scorecard, we are talking, the information is diverse. Project scores are coming from project management tool. Skill data is coming from in-house skill management application. Other KPIs, informations like training, public event, these are all being maintained manually. So all this information is leveraged on a common place, on one place, using the data model. And by leveraging row level security, as you can see, one can see only his own data, as I can see only my data. So that is so. I also can see that I need to take a lot of actions, and on some of the places I am okay with I am okay on my targets, and some of the places I need to take certain actions. So this is kind of dashboard is giving me right insight what I should be doing, what actions I should be taking.
So these scorecards are a great way of driving strategy across the teams, as I said. So everyone can actually track their progress against these goals, and and those goals are driven by how the strategy is defined, and that means that these scorecards also become a great way of communicating strategy across the organization and aligning everyone across that. And that really drives the change through the organization, makes everyone not just data enabled, but data driven.
Yeah, exactly.
So, now summarizing, when we talked about making powerful decisions, we talked about using BI and how BI can actually make various constituents within an organization, whether they are managers, employees, executives, even other stakeholders like vendors or contractors, make informed decisions, be insightful in the sense gain insights from the data and the information that is presented to them in terms that they understand what they really mean for the business, and actually take action based on that, make an impact by involving people, make an impact by having everyone not just being involved but contributing to it, and taking actions by tracking what the goal is and what the current progress is, a real-time view of where you stand vis-a-vis your strategy, and that's really powerful. Okay, so as we think about using BI in any organization, and especially when it's when we talk about today's business world, where decision making is fraught with the challenges and risks, BI can be a great help. What How we can help there, of course, is through various aspects of implementing and adopting BI in an organization. There is, of course, a need to define an overall approach towards BI, the overall BI strategy, and about how the adoption across the organization would go on. That that follows with identifying some of the key visuals, some of the key reports that can come in, and that you start implementing, so people start using the data, actually live with data and understand the data in a big way. Scorecards and dashboards allow it to be spread across the organization in a relevant way. And as we build those, we actually have to look in terms of how do we go deeper, how do we connect more data sources, how do we make them more live, more real time. And that's where the data infrastructure about data discovery, data aggregation, they come in place. And towards these goals, towards this entire journey of getting data enabled, you can definitely start with our offer about the free 2-hour Power BI for your business briefing and workshop that would be available to everyone who fill up the short survey that we would be sharing right now on the IM, as well as we would be sending the link via email. That survey as well as that workshop would allow you to look at BI from the perspective of your own business, from the perspective of what your strategy is, how BI can help in there, and look at what kind of roadmap that you can have towards adopting BI. At the same time, we have an exclusive discount for attendees for all of you available for all the Advaya BI solutions that we have on offer, valid for coming 6 weeks. So you're all welcome to inquire with us more about the same. Okay, so we are done with our 30 minutes. It's time to open up for questions. We would be just unmuting everyone so that we can we can start with the questions, and you may also send your questions via the instant message window uh, right on the presentation window.
So it is like the one question is there, how to connect multiple data sources. So Power BI offers diverse connectors, around 50 plus connectors it offers, where you can get your data directly from your data sources, whether your data is Oracle, SQL, Excel, JSON, any web REST API, anything. So you can connect. There are certain predefined connectors from Power BI which are offered, and you can connect within minutes and can do your analysis.
So you can also, the domain of connectivity is available not just for the cloud sources, but also on-prem sources. One can use a Power BI gateway to connect to that and create a data model based on that. In some organizations, one might look at creating a data warehouse, be on cloud or on-prem, connecting to those. So then, of course, Power BI can connect to those data warehouses and get the data. There is another question: if there is a data connector for SAP HANA, yes, definitely there is. That's kind of available right there within Power BI.
Any other question?
So there is one more question that we have just received on the email, which is about the what if or scenario analysis. So the question is, how do we create a business model based on that? So what really happens here is this kind of a modeling, this kind of a what if analysis actually works on two sets of insights. One is the actual data. So there could be about what products, what are maybe it's pricing information, maybe it's about their capacity information or actual data that is there, and another would be about the business model information. So when you combine these two in the same set, Power BI allows you to actually operate on the actual data using the business model. So simple things like, what if my sales grow by 10%? So it takes the actual sales from the data that is available, applies the 10% to it, and takes other aspects again from the actual data and whatever model information that maybe expenses grow by 8% and so on. So those can be all built into it, and anyone who has done business modeling on Excel can actually do it very easily.
So the another question is, SQL Server data source import or direct query is optimized to use. So it depends upon the scenario, like what you are, what the actual scenario is. We may use import data directly, and we may use direct query. When there is a used data and you have certain queries already, you want the relevant data, then it is not necessary that you import entire data in your Power BI data set. So at that time, direct query would be correct choice to have. And otherwise, if your data is small and it is not much, then you can have your entire data set in the Power BI in line to it.
So as a general rule, direct query really works well when we are actually getting some kind of a summary or aggregated data where the amount of data is not much and we are actually getting in summary information updates only. But then when the data is large, we have to use the other way.
So the other question is, how long does a data load take in case of huge ERP data? Normally, it serves like lakhs, 10 lakhs around data. It loads within 15 to 20 minutes. With the used data, if it is more than it, we would be like suggesting to create a model and then leverage the relevant data in particular dashboards and reports. So in case of used data, we should first be creating data model, and then because in each reports and dashboard you won't be using that used data. Certainly the different and different directions of the data particular entities relationship would be using in particular reports and dashboards. So the best approach is to define the data model from the used data and then use the selected data in your dashboard and reports. The question is it possible to connect multiple data sources at a time to power? Yeah, multiple data source connection is possible. It is like you can take data from Excel and other data set table. You can take data from SQL, and then you can make the relationship between both data sets. So it is possible.
So yeah, but the data model can connect. Looking at it logically in a conceptual sense, data sources, they lead to creation of a data model which we use for our visualization and reports. Our data model can connect to multiple data sources at the same time. The other question is about data warehousing in Power BI. Power BI is not a data warehousing tool, but then their SQL Server SQL Server allows you to create data warehouses. SQL Azure has a data warehouse service that you can use.
Leveraging SSIS that can be used.
That can be done. There are lots of other third-party data warehousing tools like Time Extender that can be used to build data warehouse and automate the entire process. Power BI can leverage the data models built on a data warehouse directly. So you can connect to an OLAP model or data models within the data warehouse, or to the actual data tables within the data warehouse directly via Power BI.
The other question is, it is possible to take input and show impact of the input in existing report. For example, if our power cost is increased by a number, then how much production cost will be impacted? Certainly, there are different ways to view such kind of scenarios. As in our session, we talked about bookmarking scenarios. So you can take certain variables and can define your changes and can see those changes, how those changes are impacting your other entities or other products. But definitely you will need to define the relationship and the data model. So coming back to the data model, so data model will be needed, and then you can define these relationships, like how this is impacting your entire model, how the certain variables are impacting the model.
So if one of the possibly, whether the question was if an existing report, a simple report or a visualization, can those changes be applied right in there? The impact or the model based impact on certain thing, that would not you cannot do it on a raw report, on a simple report. You have to actually put in those components, but then that's not really very difficult to do.
Power BI has a new feature introduced, automatic refresh. Can we create a dependency and then publish? It is not much clear, the question, but regarding the refresh, till now Power BI Pro, that is Power BI cloud based service that offers scheduled refreshes, and in a day at max you can define 8 refresh intervals. So those intervals you define on, and those defined interval your data will get refreshed automatically. Can we schedule and send reports through email?
So the refresh in that case on an on-prem, if you have data, the gateway can be used to refresh and schedule the refresh. The triggered refreshes do not work when you use a gateway in between, but then for cloud sources, the refreshes can be triggered.
Yeah, exactly. So the other is, can we schedule and send reports through email for a group of users, internal and external? Right now, email sending to report, that is not quite supported with Power BI as of now, but yes, you can export the Power BI report or dashboard to PDF, and that can be shared across with your recipients.
Yeah,
And also,
a snapshot of that report or visualization that can be shared right away through the mobile reports.
yeah,
They
it is
allow
net.
for much easier annotation and
Yeah,
sharing.
so
So
you
when
can
you
mark the particular information and can share the relevant notes with the relevant groups and email users on a particular tile or particular visual using the native mobile app.
So,
Exactly.
we'll be taking one more question, and since we are rapidly approaching the end of our time for today, uh, so uh, so there are a couple of questions about Azure, how Azure can be used, and what's the relationship between Power BI and Azure. So a few things there. Some of the aspects. I hope I am answering the question rightly. In sense, Power BI. In the overall scheme of things at Microsoft is an Office 365 uh, the Power BI embedded they get run from Azure. So Azure is the underlying engine for
Embedded Power BI.
everything Power BI
And
and
and then apart, Power BI also provides connectors to different Azure. I mean, there can be two answers to this. So one is embedded Power BI that is on Azure, and Power BI allows connecting to different data sources of Azure. That is, you can connect to Azure SQL database, Azure Analytics Service, or services which are hosted on Azure. So you can like.
So in fact, the Azure analysis services for large data, the performance when Power BI connects to that is actually extremely optimized and fast. The other another aspect is the Power BI Premium. Power BI Premium is an Azure hosted service which allows for dedicated deployment of Power BI infrastructure for your organization, and it allows for a kind of an enterprise-wide license and those kind of that's a kind of a new SKU that has come in.
So that's a dedicated capacity provided to your organization, so you get a seamless and consistent response of reports and dashboards without breaking. Yeah, DAX is like kind of it is a query available in Power BI, and we can use it depending on the scenarios when there are certain formulas and complex scenarios where we need to define some formulas based on the available data columns and columns which are available in data set. Then we use DAX. So we have used DAX extensively in the dashboards which we have shown in the displayed in our session. So that can be used according to the requirement.
Thank you all. We have approached the end of scheduled time for this webinar. Thank you all for attending this. Thank you for all the questions. Those questions were really valuable, and they led to a very good discussion. And we have shared the survey link, and please share your feedback, and we would be offering you the 2-hour workshop as we talked about, and for all the attendees we are open for business with a special discount. Thank you.
Thanks everyone.